So first of all, hi. Uh, which university do you go to and what do you major in?
Right now I go to Western University and I would say my major is health sci with biology, so I guess my major is bio, but I'm also like taking chemistry and stuff too.
Okay. Which courses did you take in grade 11 and grade 12?
In grade 11, I had advanced functions, I think. Um, I had bio, I had physics, and I had chemistry. I like for extracurriculars, I think I took drama and I think like I can't really specifically remember, oh, like English and stuff. Those are the necessary ones that you have to take. And in grade 12, I took the continuing ones like advanced functions, I think again. Calculus, physics, chemistry, bio. I had a spare. I also took drama as an extracurricular, and I think I can't remember what I took for, oh, and English, and that's all.
Okay. So what extracurricular activities did you participate outside school, like clubs or sports teams?
Yeah. So I'm not like I like sports, but I'm not really good at them. So I usually like participated in piano course that I joined in, and it was like by Laurier University, and like you have to like pay monthly money for it, subscription money for it or something. And it was basically like I would go there every Saturday morning, and then I would learn like some pieces from piano with this teacher. And yeah, I think that's what I did. But I wasn't asked if I did that in the application form.
Okay. So how much did you volunteer and where did you volunteer in high school?
So for me, volunteering was a bit complicated because of the time period that I was in. But before, like, I usually like finished up my volunteering hours before I got to grade 12 because I was like given opportunities to volunteer at like during Ramadan or like at some places that events took place, and then people would be like, hey, like we need someone to give out food, or like we need someone to help guests locate where the room is going to be, so could you like volunteer at that? And then I was like, okay, I'm free at that time, and I finished all of my volunteering hours like before grade 12. So
Okay. So what are the requirements for health science in Western University?
so there isn't like any specific requirements except taking your classes and keeping up a good average and finishing your volunteering hours in general. Like this is how it is in most of the universities in Canada. Unless you're applying to engineering, in that case, they like the stuff are still the same. But once you apply, the university contacts you for, let's say, an interview or an essay that they want you to write about yourself, about your extracurriculars, or like about what you like or what you don't, or why you're applying it and stuff. But for health science or like medical science, they didn't ask a lot of questions or anything like that.
Okay. So you're thinking of going to med school. What would you think? What undergraduate degrees would you say are good options before medical school? For example, which are easier and which prepare you better for MCAT?
Mm-hmm. So, I think it changes for at each university, but for Western, there is like two best options would be health science and medical science, with medical science at the top. And even if those aren't your programs, you can still get into medical school with like a biology major or like psychology major very easily because right now in MCAT tests or exams, they basically ask you about psychology, sociology, and like physics and chemistry and those type of stuff. So unless you take those courses, you're basically good to take ready to take that exam. Like your undergraduate program doesn't really matter unless you're capable of providing yourself those courses.
Okay. So why did you choose health science instead of medical science in Western University?
For me, I wasn't aware of medical science very much, like right in detail. Like I just thought health sci would be the one to take you to medical school. And I just thought medical science as just pharmacy and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I want to do more of a dentistry type of thing. So I was like, okay, that should be health sci. And then until August, I wasn't aware of the medical science deep, like in general. And yeah, now I do. But
Also, which universities did you apply to?
I applied to 6 or 7 universities, if I'm wrong. I applied to Toronto University's 2 campuses, downtown and Mississauga. I applied to McMaster. I applied to Carleton or Ottawa. I can't remember which one. I applied to Waterloo University and Western, and I can't remember which other ones I did. But yeah.
So of all of these, why did you choose to go to Western University?
So I was like confused about whether I should choose Toronto or Western. And when I looked deeper into the my program, I realized that Toronto University is a lot more competitive and harder. And I realized that I need a good GPA and a good mental state. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to like handle all that pressure for such hard program. So I chose Western, and yeah.
So you advise taking going to an easier school before med school because medical school will be hard in the future.
I wouldn't say easier, but I would suggest going to a school that won't like out tire you, because you're still gonna need your brain for medical school for 4 years. Like you're still gonna need your mental state to be at least somewhat okay. And I looked at myself and I was like, I don't think I can handle the pressure from Toronto University. Like, even though I got the acceptance, I don't think I'm going to be able to continue with it. So I was like, I think I'll go with Western. And yeah, and I'm happy that I did so far.
Okay. So my last question is, how would you say university is different from high school? What are the major differences?
Okay, one of the major differences is you don't have free time at all. Like, whether you go to Toronto University or Western University, say goodbye to free time because it's not there anymore. Like, you can still hang out with your friends on like the weekends, but not as often, maybe like once in 2 weeks or a month, like depending on how you're handling your courses. And like your workload is a lot longer and much more harder. And maybe it's because it's on all online right now. For me, I have to watch my lectures in my own time. They're not assigned a specific time. They just post it and I go on the website and watch it on my own time. And after watching the lectures, you're going to do some readings or before, and you're going to do some assignments that are assigned. And you do that for each class, which takes up a lot of your time. So I guess it's a lot harder because it's online. But in general, your first year is going to be harder, like really harder. But you're going to get used to it. It's not that bad. I
Okay,
think.
that's all of my